So 4 reasons. A, we don't need to raise this much money at a lower share price. We don't need to give such a high valuation to add biotech. We don't need to be associated with the people with questionable reputation, whether it's true or not. It doesn't matter, the perception. And the fourth, I want them to go to the shareholders to get their approval. I found out about the AdBiotech acquisition around June 9th from the OKM website. I was involved with the two companies taking them public in Canadian market. And I've been the CEO of a publicly traded company for the last 20 years, the same company. And I know how to raise money, what is the best strategy. But this OKM management want to raise all $28 million in one tranche. I feel that considering the share prices are very low at this point, we should wait for the share price goes up. I think that 15 million, if you have, that will take us to end of this December, when some clinical results are going to come from phase 2 results. If that results are positive, the value of the company will go up. Then we can raise more money, so that way the shareholders won't be diluted out. Because for me, you don't want to take all the money at 100 won or 200 won per share. If you wait 6 months, the value may go up. You can raise money at 1,000, afterwards another 2,000. That way it is good for the shareholders. Why they want to raise 26 million is to acquire this biotechnology company, AdBiotech. You don't need $26 million immediately to run the company, but to acquire it. But I'm concerned about the valuation they give to AdBiotech also. It is a company with 16 billion liabilities. 4 billion KRW is due this year. And they got only 600 million KRW cash. And they got accumulated deficit of more than $25 million, 25 billion KRW. And debt ratio is 370. I don't know all the terms of this term because they haven't disclosed it to me yet. But based on available information, based on the deal they made with the Hyundai Feed, at the most, OKM may get 2/3 of this AdBiotech, for which we are giving 28 million. That would mean AdBiotech deal is about more than 45 billion. We don't need to go and buy this company at a high valuation. And the third concern I have is all the people who are associated with this fundraising, they don't have a very stellar reputation. And they are the people who are associated with, some are associated with the stock manipulations. FSS may not approve. This company, people who are associated, already involved with 3 other companies based on this technology, OKP, and then CABM, and then CAB. All the 3 companies have been delisted eventually, either because of the bad audit opinion or whatever the reason. I'm afraid it will also happen to the same thing to this company. So I'm concerned we may get delisted like all the other 3 companies. And the fourth reason also, we want to make it, knowing all this situation, we should make it as clean as possible. So that there won't be any problem with the FSS or with the KRX or anybody else. So I want them to put this deal structure to the shareholders, so that the shareholders meeting, that it can be decided. I will accept whatever the majority shareholders say. So all I want them is to give it to the shareholders and then let them decide. So 4 reasons. A, we don't need to raise this much money at a lower share price. We don't need to give such a high valuation to AdBiotech. we don't need to be associated with the people with the questionable reputation, whether it's true or not. It doesn't matter, the perception. And the fourth, I want them to go to the shareholders to get their approval. If it goes through all, I will try my best to take this deal to the shareholders. I will be asking them, because it is in their best interest. The shareholders who put the hard-earned money don't want to know 1 year from now the FSS rejected it or company get delisted. I want them to do it now. Because of that, I'm hoping common sense will prevail. And if it doesn't prevail, then I will force them to have the shareholder meeting through the legal process or commercial act process or something. All I want is not to cancel it or anything, just to put it to the shareholders. That's all I want. I've been in the drug development for the last 40 years. And this Argyavamab, I was the inventor of the technology. I am the patent holder of the technology. I'm the one who started the program, completed the phase 2 trial. And then when I sold the asset to DIAC or OQP, now it is the part of BSJ, I had a deal with them that I must be in charge of the clinical program, and they have to bring $60 million cash and all. After everything was going very well, and suddenly they brought Mike Na and Ben Yoon as the person in charge, and they get rid of all the people whom I brought. They shut down the company that was in OQP USA, and then the trial were not conducted properly. The quality of the data was not audited properly. They went and did the analysis without knowing how good the data is. You have to clean up the data. As a result, they had problems. DSMB had some issues in which they asked us to continue the trial, but it did not meet the futility analysis endpoint. When I found out about it, I said something is wrong with the analysis and things. I went and came to Korea and met with all the parties. I told them what DSMB said is not the cancellation of the program itself, but continuation in a different format. That is, in a way, it is good. That is the thing. And I went to the statistical company in Boston, told them what can be done. We all had a strategy. I told them to implement it, and it was never implemented because of the financial difficulties or the not having the right people. I was never involved in the program. Not that nobody is indispensable, but I believe, since I know the technology, if I am involved, I can make it work. There is no guarantee, but there are so many other pipelines out there. I have a strategy. And I told them, but it is my problem is, my weakness is, if I'm getting involved, it has to be my way or highway. Because when everything was going, when I was in charge, when I was removed, things didn't go. I couldn't influence them. In fact, the former president, CEO of that company, Mike Na, informed all the staff they should not communicate with me. If they communicate, they will be fired. So I don't want to be in the same situation. Somebody is running the company and they make the decision. I have to be relying on money and all of those things. If I want to be involved, I should be in charge of the program. So for the success of it, we are doing, you have to ask, what is the worst thing that can happen? The trial may fail in the PFS, but it may succeed in the long-term overall survival. And even if that fails, what do? We have got another trial called FLORA-6, same patient population, but different way of treating. That may work. That is the results most likely to come in end of this year. If the results are positive, we can go that direction. It's a moving target. We should be ready for it. It's not like you put garbage in, garbage out. If you put the lousy data, so you have to have the clear strategy. And we have got so many other programs it can be done. And you cannot be relying on one drug for a success in biotechnology. Many companies fail. It is not a one-trick pony. You have to work with so many other programs and make decisions on a daily basis, some weekly basis. I am very optimistic. There is the potential is there if run properly. Basically, what I said before. See, some of the OKM shareholders are the original shareholders of DIAC, which they invested more than 5 to 7 years back as a dual Mulson. And some of the shareholders are Hyundai animal feed shareholders. And they've been there for many, many years. And some of the shareholders are recently who put $12 million. And some of them are going to put another, if they are going to put additional $28 million, it's a hard-earned money. They have to make sure that you have a good foundation. The good foundation is not only the science, but also the people who are running the company, but also recurring regulatory appropriate regulatory needs, not only from the FDA perspective, but also the Commercial Act perspective. Without the shareholder approval, if this process goes through, we will have a lot of problem. We don't know whether the IP is going to be transferred now or 1 year from now during the merger. But I am recommending that let us transfer the IP now, after getting the shareholder approval, so that audit opinion won't be rejected. I have gone through this process so many times. With the OKP, audit opinion got rejected by Dawson, and I supported them to bringing it to Canaria Bio-M. And that got delisted, and then they transferred the technology like they did this time from Canaria Bio-M to Hyundai without my approval or my consultations. That company went under. Now we brought the technology into OKM. I don't want the things happened. So please make decision based on the past experience. And I'm here to help. I'm not asking for money or anything. I got vested interest. I got 21 million shares, 21.8 million shares in this company. So I am with them. So at least give me a chance to vote for it. You have the right to demand your say. If you like it, if everybody likes it, I will walk away and I will help them as much as I can. But if majority of the people don't like it, this deal should be dead. Yeah, that's the thing. I want the normal way, that it is the correct way. It is not that what is convenient for them, because they want to avoid going to the shareholders of this deal. But I said, no, the past it has done, you did a shortcut, it is always gives problem. Let us do it the correct way.